There you go. All the way in. All the way in. Turn it on. Nice and slow.
Perfect.
Perfect, right? So this is ready to go. All right, so put this one in first. Then what you're gonna do is, you got 3 notches. Got 1, 2, 3, because you got 3 layers here. So you're gonna go with number 1, right? So you're gonna do about 2.5 inches. So you're just gonna rest it on that channel right there. You're gonna squeeze it. You're gonna grab the fiber with these fingers. And with the thumb, you're just gonna kind of push it up just to separate it. Take this off, dispose. These are your trump hairs. What you do with your trump hairs, this has like a little beveled in. I don't know if you can see that. That's on one side, and then the other side is kind of beveled. See, one is out and in.
Okay.
That's the one you want to go down, and this is the one side you want it to go up.
So it's the beveled out.
The beveled out goes up. So then you slide this in.
That catches that.
So you're gonna cut the trump hairs. I used to call them Rasta hairs, but the length of the copper. So you take your scissors. I twist it together because that way it's a lot easier to cut it with the tip of the scissors. See? Just go to that. I'm done with that. Now, we went from 1, now we're going to 2. On 2, this here has to be a specific length. There's a drawing here that tells you that length of the trump hairs and the length of this part right here, which is going to be the length of that. The trump hairs are going to be that length.
Gotcha.
That part is going to be that length. See?
Yes.
It's got to be up to that length. But I got my measuring technique, which is the length of my little pliers. So I squeeze it there and I strain it out. I hold the fiber here.
Okay.
And once I squeeze all the way, I push. If you see a curve like that, is the flooding solution, that glue. So do it by little steps. Rest it.
Yeah, a little bit at a time.
Yeah. So rest it again. Always rest it, because otherwise, if you just squeeze, you'll
Snap it.
You'll snap the fiber. So rest it. See? Now I do it slow because I feel the resistance. Because you see, if you see the tip, you see how the glue is coming off?
Yeah, I do. Just pulling it all together.
So then now, Jesus Christ. Call you back. All right. So now we're going to number 3. Now that's your fiber. Number 3, this is the one that'll snap your fiber. So you're gonna rest it right on that last channel. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
And you squeeze nice and gently, and then you scrape off. Most of it came off with that last piece that oozed it out.
Yeah.
Set that aside. Grab your alcohol pad. Grab your alcohol. Squeeze it until you get it nice and wet. Just one pass is all you need. So now we're ready to cleaver. On the cleaver, you have 2 channels. You got a 900.
Okay.
You got a 2.9, because the copper, because this is, as you could tell, it's a thinner channel,
yeah.
Wider channel. So I need the wider channel, 2.9. So 2 fingers. So 1 thumb. You're gonna slide this in, nice and straight. See how it comes out on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
And I push it until, I'm not pushing it hard until I feel it stop. Once I feel it stop, I hold it with my thumb and lightly let go. Then realign this 1 finger. Realign. So now the 2 fingers inside are holding it. Now I can, and then because these 2 fingers are holding either side that I just cut, I'm gonna do the black one. And now I can take it out. The way you know that you cut it right, you have a little indicator there. See if you can see it. See where there's a little arrow?
Yeah.
That tells you cut it to, it's cut to the right length. Can you see it?
Can kind of make it out.
What about there? If I move it a little bit, maybe. So, it's hard.
Yeah, that's all right though.
That's good.
You know,
all right, so this part, this is your fiber.
Mm-hmm.
So this one you release, press the red, and it comes right out. You should have a little container to dispose of that, because that gets into your skin.
Ouch.
It won't come off for months. So that's ready to go. Now we grab our loader, and this is the surgeon part. So you have a little black window, yellow window. You can almost see the fiber. So you're gonna align it and slide it in. And sometimes you feel a little bit like it's not in all the way. Just kind of wiggle it a little bit side to side so it doesn't get caught. Like right now it's caught right there. And I'm just wiggling a little bit. I don't pushing it hard because it'll just slide in. Once it's in all the way like this, then I'll do my cam. That holds it in place.
Okay.
Green light means it's good connection. Red means something's wrong. Splice it again. Do the connector all over. Do the cleavering all over again. So now we just crimp it. 2 turns.
2 turns.
You can do 1, but 2 turns is more than enough. Then you open. Very important, before you hit the load button, you want to hold this.
Okay.
This window's open because of the cam. But if you press the load button, this whole thing pulls up and it's gonna snap the fiber off. So you gotta hold it nice and tight here. See?
So now it comes off.
Now it comes off. Reset, turn off, close. You're gonna want to keep that clean all the time. And this is why I keep the cap on the side. Always put the cap back on.
Right back.
That way it stays clean. So now you take your Rasta hairs, push them back, push the copper piece back. Now put the horse hairs, Rasta, Donald Trump's hairs, and you're just gonna push the copper piece over right there.
Gotcha.
See?
Yeah.
Then you have a crimper. You take your crimper to release it, push, press, squeeze, press, and then you're gonna put it right there. See? You put it right there. Let's see if you can see it right there.
On top of it.
And just crimp it once.
Let's see.
And then you're done with that. That's the easiest tool to lose. So now this is all set. So you're gonna take this rubber grommet, right? So if you notice, there's a flat side to it and there's a little hump side to it. See the difference?
Yeah, the way in that bevel is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a hump, right? So you line up the hump with these letters.
Okay.
There's only letters on one side, which is the top part, because that looks like a little house, right? See how it looks like a little house? All right, so you take that, slide it in. Now it's in all the way. I can snap this off.
Okay.
I don't need that anymore. I take this. And again, you see that? That notch?
It's going to line up with the letters.
Line up with the letterings. Look, it looks like a house too. That's how you know. You cannot put it in this way. It won't go in. You got to put it in that way. You slide it in. You're going to push until you feel a snap. See?
Bada bing.
Because the snap is this catching on.
Yeah.
There's your connector.
Boom.